Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Tiffany and I've been chronicling my weight loss / fitness / health journey, so if that's something that interests you, go ahead and stick around. And y'all, I realize that this video is like scattered and all over the place and I am trying. Y'all bear with me, I am out of practice, okay? My dear friends, it has been quite a while. I think going on 2 months now. In fact, I know that it has been close to 2 months, if not exactly 2 months, since the last time I uploaded a video to YouTube. So if you follow me on other social media platforms, I have been a little bit more present there. Specifically, Instagram is typically where I am the most present, but I even took a hiatus from there for quite a while too. Honestly, and I went back and watched. I'm trying to kind of remember like where we were the last time I talked to you, and I want to say that I had not been able to fill my prescription for Manjaro. So let's catch up a little bit and get up to speed, and then hopefully I can start getting myself back on a regular content schedule again. So like I said, I was not able to fill my prescription for Manjaro. I went 1 full week without Manjaro, and I had to move from the 10 milligrams to the 12.5 milligrams to be able to get any at all. 0.5 wrecked my world. Starting 12.5 just completely wrecked my world. There was a good solid 2 weeks, and y'all know that when I start a new dose, I inject into my thighs. I do not inject into my stomach. I try, I do all the things to kind of help alleviate the symptoms. There was a good full 2 weeks where I barely left my bed. Extremely low energy. I felt nauseous. I was not keeping anything down. I finally, after the 2 weeks, I got to where I could eat ramen noodles and oatmeal. And that was like, and I couldn't even add fruit to my oatmeal or it would make me sick. Like I could eat oatmeal and that was it. It was not great. So I had wanted at that point to go back to the 10 milligrams once I finished my box. I was like, you know what, I'll power through. But, I'm doing this for my overall health. I want to feel my best. And if a medication is making me feel yuck, I don't want to take it. So, and 10 was like rainbows and unicorns for me. Like I felt great. I had energy. I did not have a ton of symptoms. But once it was time to refill my prescription, 10 milligram was still out of stock in my area. And so, I went with 12.5 again. At that point, I still was not feeling great, but I was able to actually take in food. And so I was able to get up and move around a little bit. So I was making progress on the symptoms. Side effects, not symptoms. I know some people are crazy about that. Anyways, so I refilled for another box of 12.5, and as I've taken it, it's gotten to where it's like the first day or two I feel a little nauseous. I can still eat a little bit, but the appetite, the appetite suppression has been strong on 12.5 for me, even when I am not feeling nauseous. So like first day or two, low energy, a little nausea, but I'm doing better. And actually, happy to report, I took my 8th shot of 12.5 last night, and I woke up this morning. I was a little low energy, but I took the shot, and then I also started my period over the weekend, and I notoriously am low energy during that time of the month. So, double whammy. But surprisingly, like I woke up, it's a slow start to my day. Well, just, it's a slow start to my day. My husband brought me a C4 on his lunch break. We are now in the early afternoon, and I'm starting to, starting to feel better. I did not, or thus far, I have not had any nausea today. Knock on wood. My dog thinks somebody knocked because I knocked on the door. And I wrote out notes for this, and now I have decided to just wing it. So bear with me. So as far as fitness in these past 2 months, like I said, the first 2 weeks or so, I did nothing. I've slowly incorporated yoga back into my daily activities. So that is a must. And I haven't been lifting. I want to get back into it. I am working my way into it. So I think what I'm going to do this week, since I seem to be feeling much better, is I have an app called Fit On. It's a free download. And there's tons of workouts. You know, you can, like, based off of what equipment you have at home or what body part you want to work out, what muscle group. And they have like a ton of different things. They have, you know, strength training, they have yoga, they have cardio, they have all the things. So I will probably do some strength training of those. I don't know, like, I am craving the gym in a bad way. Like, I want to lift something heavy. However, I haven't lifted in like a couple months, like 2 months at least. So I know I'm not going to be able to lift super heavy. But I want to. So I don't know. Y'all know how I am when I get something in my head. I need to do it. So I may be able to squeeze in the gym at some point this week. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all may remember that I had started bike riding. It is now hotter than Satan's butt crack in Texas, and I get heat-induced anxiety. So as you can imagine, I have not been riding my bike. Though I have been, I still want to get the benefits of sunlight and whatnot. So I have been just going. We have like a little patio swing thing. It's not on a patio. We don't have a back patio. But we have like a little outdoor swing. And so I will go and I will sit on the swing while the dog plays in the evenings as the sun is setting. It's cooling. It's still hot, but it's cooling down at that point. It's not suffocatingly hot. So I am still, I'm trying to take in some sunlight. And as far as nutrition, I kind of touched on it before. The appetite suppression has been strong. Those first couple of weeks, I was not eating much of anything. And then we kind of moved into like just ramen and oats, and now I'm getting to where like I can eat more meal, or I guess a variety of things, more of a variety of things, but I'm still, you know, y'all know how I do it. I try to prioritize like the protein and the veggies, and I've been on a salad kick. Like, I don't know why I've been craving salad. So I've been doing a good bit of salads. I'm still on the oats too. I am over the ramen. Like, I ate so much ramen just for sustenance. So I'm over ramen. I'm not eating soups, and it's hot. So I don't really want soups. And this past week, I have been drinking water like nobody's business, which is a good thing because I had gotten to where like I have been good about drinking water for years now, and there was a couple weeks there where it would be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd be like, I've only had like maybe 8 ounces of water all day, and y'all, it's hot. Even inside with the air conditioner on, we're getting hot up in here. So, but I don't know why, like this week, I'm like, drink the water, I'm so thirsty. So I'm drinking the water, so that's a good thing. Again, just trying to prioritize the fruits, the veggies, the proteins, and okay, so let's see. We talked about side effects. We have talked about nutrition. We have talked about exercise. Something that I was kind of talking to y'all about way back when in my last video. I had blood work done. I don't have my numbers written down right here. My A1C did go down slightly. It wasn't like a ton, like maybe 0.2, 0.4, something like that. I think I'm out of the pre-diabetic range now, because the time before I was just like right on the cusp of pre-diabetic. So I think I've mentioned it before. When I was diagnosed with insulin resistance, one of my liver enzymes was elevated. So we did follow-up blood work like 4 months later, I want to say 3, 4, I don't know. 3 to 6 months later, we did blood work again. It was still elevated, but it was on the downtrend. And so my PCP at the time was like, okay, you know, these things happen. Sometimes they spike for no reason at all. We'll just kind of keep an eye on it with your annual blood work at this point, and if it's not bothering you, no worries. Cool. So this was my annual blood work, and we wanted to check all my levels, and my liver enzyme came back like higher than it was even the first time. So PCP was like, hey, let's go ahead and get an ultrasound. Just make sure nothing crazy is going on. So I had the ultrasound done. They read it, it came back. I do have like the beginning stages of non-alcoholic fatty liver. This is common with insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. It is reversible. You know, your liver like regenerates or whatever. So that, and I did have gallstones. Like they were like a small amount, and they're very little, as long as, you know, you're not experiencing any pain or anything, which I have not been. And that was kind of as far as like the liver too. They were like, you know, if you're not experiencing any pain, if it's not giving you problems, like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Which it is a little broke, but not too broke to not work properly, I guess. But PCP just said continue diet and exercise. So I stepped on the scale this morning. I did not weigh in yesterday, which was shot day. And honestly, I haven't really been, y'all know I used to be like religious. Friday weigh-in day. While I was on my hiatus, my shot day moved twice, and so now I'm on Sundays instead of Fridays, and I was not super focused on the weight loss, especially when I was not feeling well. So just kind of every time, like, it's like, oh hey, it's kind of been a while since you stepped on the scale, I go ahead and weigh in. But since I had started like kind of tracking my journey again on Instagram, I was like, okay, well, you know, we'll just move weigh-in day to Sunday, and it is what it is. My batteries were low on my scale, or dead. They were, my scale was dead. It had no batteries. And by the time I remembered to change the batteries, I had already eaten and done all the things. So I waited until this morning. I weighed in this morning, and y'all, be prepared. I weighed in at 148.6. So this is like a big deal to me specifically, because I have not been able to break into the 140s since prior to getting pregnant with my second child, and she just turned 6. So it has been a really long time. Even postpartum, when I lost the baby weight, the pregnancy weight, I got down to 150, and I could not get under 150, not even 149.9. I stopped at 150 and I could not break through. So when I stepped on the scale this morning and it read 140, like well, first of all, I stepped off and stepped on again to make sure that it was calibrated. But it was like such a joyful moment to me, and I don't typically like to put a whole lot of stock into the number on the scale. I am not defined by a number on the scale. You are not defined by a number on the scale. We are so much more than those things, but like it's an accomplishment. So I'm super happy about that. That has put me at 46.2 pounds total lost. And since I haven't really been tracking like week to week, and you know, it's been a while, I don't know how much since the last time I checked in with y'all, or even how much weekly since last week, because I don't remember what day I weighed or whatever, but it is what it is. So I'm in the 140s. Actually, I am 75% of the way to my goal of 135. And that's just kind of a tentative goal because it's been a long time since I've been in the 130s. It's been a long time since I was in the 140s. So, you know, this is almost like uncharted territory for me. I don't know what my body will look like when I get to, you know, 135 or whatever. So that's just kind of like, that was like the baseline. And once we get there, we will reevaluate and we'll see, you know, how I feel, how I like it, you know. But I am also within half a pound of not being classified as obese. So 0.4 pounds away from being in the overweight BMI category. So that's another thing to get excited for. Hopefully by next week, I will only be overweight and not obese. I'm like, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like, that's a weird thing to say, but it's exciting too. My tape measure has actually been MIA for quite a while, and I actually have several tape measures because I like to do crafting and stuff too. Somehow it has grown legs and walked away, so I have not measured myself in quite a while, but I will try to remember to pop up on the screen where I was about a month ago, because I think that was the last time that I measured. I know that it was like over 40 inches lost total, so again, pretty proud of that. I know that I've lost inches since then, just based off of like the way my clothes are fitting in the last month or so. So speaking of the way my clothes are fitting, I haven't really bought clothes since I started losing weight. I was like, I'm on a budget. We're going to wear the things that we already have until they just literally fall off. But we were going to the water park. We were going to a water park. We went to Kalahari for my youngest daughter's birthday, and I needed swimsuits because none of my swimsuits fit anymore. They were all too big, and I was like, I'm afraid that if I like get in the water and, you know, your swimsuit kind of gets heavier with the water, I'm gonna have a wardrobe malfunction of, you know, because I typically like to wear like a tankini and shorts, and I got some new ones. They were like, I want to say like 2 sizes smaller, maybe. I don't remember. Anyways, it is what it is. I don't even think I know if I went swimming last summer now that I'm thinking about it. I'm sure I did. Besides the point. And then this past weekend, we were going school shopping for the kids. Wanted to not wait till the last minute. So we were in Walmart, and I grabbed 2 different things. I grabbed like a little tank top that was on clearance, and I grabbed a dress. And prior to like this point, I still see myself in like large, extra large size clothing. Even like when I look at clothes, when I try things on, I immediately go to those sizes, and that's what I grab for. I did not want to fight the dressing room at Walmart. There's never an employee, the doors are locked. I didn't want to deal with all of that, so I confidently grabbed a medium in both and was like, I'll try them on at home, and if they don't fit, then I will return them. But y'all, they actually both fit really good, and so I was super, super proud of that. And by the way, I did my 8 months progress photos the other day. I skipped month 7 because I was not feeling well, and the day came and went, and I just didn't do it ever. But I did do 8 months. It's like a week late off of like the actual date, because I normally do them on the 11th when I actually started. But I did not. But I will pop those photos up here so that y'all can see them. I think that it's a pretty visible difference, if I say so myself. I'm pretty proud of my progress. I am finally really starting to see differences within myself. In fact, I took a picture on November 1st of last year. It was just a random selfie that I had taken. But last night when I was on the swing outside, I was like almost in the same position, like it reclines, you can recline it. So I was like reclining and I was like, hey, I have a picture of this. And I typically do not see a lot of change in my face, like myself, when I'm just like looking in the mirror or whatever. Because I got chunky cheeks and I've always had chunky cheeks, and I still have like double chin and kind of like some loose skin and whatnot going on, and all of that is fine. All that's fine. But I typically, you know, they're like, the first place you're gonna see changes in your face. That's not me. That's not the first place that I ever see change. So I took a picture and I like put them side by side, and y'all was shook. Like, are the kids still saying that? It doesn't matter because I was shook. So I will post that for y'all to see. But it was just weird. I've said it's just weird so much in this video. But it is weird because up until now, like, my brain hadn't really caught up to the weight loss, and I think like it's finally starting to sink in a little bit. Like 46 pounds, almost 50 pounds lost. So but y'all, I think that is all that I have for y'all this time. I'm sorry that it was random and crazy, and I'm sorry that there was such a large gap in content. I'm hoping to be better about that. I'm feeling better, so hopefully I will have the energy to put out the content and do all the things. And I am trying, when I say I took a social media hiatus, I really did. Like, I hardly even got on to like look at things. Like, I don't know, like I just couldn't, as the children say. But so I am still trying to catch up with all of your videos. I want to know how you all are doing on your journey, so please let me know down below how you are all doing, what you've all been up to. Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe because I love having all of you around. Until next time.